just like that, dog. Welcome to the official Wydoe Podcast. It is your boy YDOE, as that was an old school version of YDOE, man. Just want to thank anybody for tuning in. This is not going to be a live video, but I'll post it. That way you can see it. I just got to put my picks in for tonight's UFC 273 card. That way I can see if I know what I'm talking about or not, okay? So tonight's a pretty good card, a pretty nice fight night, headlined by Alexander Volkanovski and the Korean Zombie for the belt. Also got a title fight in the co-main event with the rematch of Petr Yan and Aljamain Sterling, who obviously won the belt after receiving an illegal knee after a fight that some people say he was losing. So that should be a great fight in the co-main event. So I'm going to start my picks off with a prelim fight, and I'm going to break it down with the return of Ian Gary, who is, you can't call him the Conor McGregor protege because I haven't really seen anything about Conor dealing with him. He's just another kid from Ireland who's real big on Conor, real big on the, if one of us go to war, we all go to war. So he didn't look that great in his first fight, to keep it 1,000. He was getting hit a lot. He was moving backwards, head up, hands down. He did walk away with the knockout, did clip somebody late in the fight, clean right shot, right in the jaw, put him out. But we'll see. Tonight he's fighting a guy in Darian Weeks. Couldn't tell you anything about Mr. Weeks, but he's 5-1 as of now. So it's going to be a great fight because if you're a pro UFC guy, you're coming with the heat. So I'm going to go with Ian Gary losing this fight. I think it's going to humble him. He might be nice, but he was talking like he's already the next cash cow. And I'm like, whoa. Was not impressive. Patty got hit a lot too, but Patty was pretty impressive in both fights. So it's not even just the fact that he had his hands down. He got his hands down. He wasn't getting his offense off at all until that final right hand, and that's Ian Gary. I'm going to go with him losing tonight. After that fight, man, we got Mackenzie Dern, Brazilian jiu-jitsu woman. She's pretty nice. I'll go with her getting a W over Tisha Torres. That's a strawweight fight. It should be a great one. They got Mackenzie Dern the favorite, minus 120. So after that fight, here comes the big dogs fighting. Khamzat and Gilbert Burns. No welterweight match that a lot of people are saying is the main event, the fan main event. They've been talking cash shit all week. We've seen Gilbert Burns a lot more, but boy, have we seen Khamzat on a goddamn tear as of recently. Boy fought twice in a matter of a couple weeks, a couple fights ago in Abu Dhabi during the pandemic when it was all big time out there. So he's 10-0. Gilbert Burns 20-4. We saw Gilbert rise up, saw him get a title shot. I'm going Khamzat with a W in the first round because he's just on a tear. And Dana said if he gets this W, he's looking at Colby. So obviously they're this is a projection fight for Khamzat. Gilbert, we already saw get a title shot. So you're just a good guy to put up against Khamzat. This is a good test for Khamzat. And if he wins, a Colby fight would be massive. Both talking that cash shit, both coming to, for war. They both are about that shit. Khamzat is definitely a wrestler, but he's knocked people out. Colby, we know who he is, but Khamzat is a serious wrestler, so Colby will not be able to just take him to the ground, as we saw with Masvidal. I'm going Khamzat round one. Might even be a KO. He might even want to just show the bag, show the hands a little bit more. Might walk around with a KO, but obviously if he gets his hands around his neck, it's a long night. And Gilbert Burns is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, Brazilian. He's real deal. I don't know if because both of them do like the pro wrestling outside of the UFC. I doubt they went at it. I know Khamzat went at it with a couple of UFC fighters and dominated everybody. So I'm going Khamzat round one. Co-main event, Aljamain, Sterling, and Petr Yan. I'm not a real fan of Aljamain. I'm just not. Never have been. He knocked out Sandhagen, I believe. But I've just never been a fan of the Funk Master. But he is the champ. He is nice. He has earned his dues. I just think Petr Yan is so dominant. He has so nice handwork. He's such a nice boxer. He's so good in the paint. He's so good at pressure. He's consistent with the pressure. He's a great size, great form. He's a great build. So he's not going to be – there's no flaws in his game, really. And he's shown that. Kicks, punches. He's durable. He just kneed the motherfucker in the face while his hands were on the ground, his knees were on the ground. So illegally disqualified. Sorry, your belt got given up. So now here we go. And it's just kind of weird because at first Aljamain was he almost didn't deserve the belt. But now as it's gotten so much closer, his demeanor has very much switched to it's my belt. It's always been my belt. So this should be a good fight. You know, he has to prove it. If he gets a W, it is his belt. It was his belt. It always has his belt. Go ahead and prove it, Aljamain. Prove me wrong. More power to you. I just believe Pure Dion's going to come out and he's not going to play around this time. He's not going to allow anything like that to go on. I think we all saw after the knee, he kind of, who knows, if he was knocked out for that long, God bless Aljamain, but a lot of people think he was acting a little bit knowing that he was going to win the belt the more time he took off. So it's a huge fight. This is not just talking shit. This is a redemption fight for both fighters. One to prove he was deserving and one to prove he just got fucked up. So in the main event, a lot of people are not giving enough credit to Alexander the Great. Alexander Volkanovski has tore through the division straight up and defended the belts. I'm a huge Conor guy. I'm here to praise Conor, but the defending of the belts is what sets you apart and what gets you to the big boy table. Conor's great for what he did, but as a featherweight, you cannot compare him to these guys. Once you defend that belt, you're fighting fighters 1, fighter A, fighter 1A. Even though they're not rank 1, they're the top contender, period, every fight, and he's done that. Beaten Max Holloway twice, beaten Aldo already, beaten Brian Ortega just now, survived every kind of choke, every kind of finisher he could have had. He had it locked in. Sorry, couldn't finish the fight. Why? Because Alexander Volkanovski is a real fucking champ. He withstood that shit as a champ would, only a champ could. Everybody else is tapping. He was going to sleep or he's getting out of it. Hello, got out of both of them. And Ortega's a real savage. So we'll see. The Korean Zombie already lost to Brian Ortega. Korean Zombie is obviously a monster. He was on the receiving end of that crazy spinning elbow by Yair Rodriguez a couple years ago. A lot of people weren't too happy when they announced Korean Zombie was getting this fight. But you never know, man. Sometimes moments like that create what we saw with Juliana Pena. Juliana Pena came out of nowhere, sparked the world, you know? Sparked the champ, sparked Nunes, shocked the world, took the belt. You never know. I don't see it happening, but just because I think Alex is on a fucking tear. At that point, Nunes just kind of got bored, and Juliana Pena was just coming for that shit. So it's a different ball game here. I think Korean Zombie knows he's blessed with this opportunity, and he's going to do what he can with it. Won't be shocked if he comes out with a decision victory, or maybe he can catch him slipping, as anybody can get caught slipping in this goddamn game. 4-ounce gloves, Jesus. Respect to all of them. But I'm going to go with Volkanovski. Second round finish. And if it's not by the second round finish, it's probably going to be just a nice decision win. But he's just so goddamn short, bro. But I can see him coming up with a nice right hand, nice left, some body shots, get him low down to his level. So I got just to recap it all, man, before it gets going on. It's 8:00 right now. Main event's about to start popping off. So we're going in Gary to lose, Pure Dion to get the belt back, Alexander Volkanovski to retain the belt, and we're going to give Hamzat the win in round 1 early, under 2 minutes. Your boy Wydoe said it here first. We're under 10 minutes. I'm going to drop this video real quick so you know I wasn't lying and I'm not watching it as it goes because I got to be a fan. Right now, I'm just being a podcast dude making my picks, but I really want to go be a fan and watch this fight card. It's an awesome card. Tune in if you can. I'm not shouting them out, but fuck it. I'm watching them with you guys. It's been a pleasure. It is your boy Wydoe. Thank you for watching the Wydoe Podcast. We are improving. Hopefully the visuals will get better. I don't know. Sometimes it looks crisp. Sometimes it's off. Maybe it's me. I'm trying to figure it out. We'll get better. I apologize. I mean, I don't need it to be that fancy. Okay, I can tell you I'm ugly. But I just got to get it consistent. Once I get a consistent look, a consistent frequency, a consistent, flavor going on the vibe, we'll be A-okay. And I mean, I got all these cool little things I can't even use. It's really upsetting. I mean, you can't even hear this. Supposed to be able to hear it. Can't really hear it that loud. You know what I mean? I got multiple of them. Big Wydoe here, sleeping on him, but unfortunately, we'll get better at it. So without further ado, man, thank you for tuning into the Wydoe Podcast, episode 5, breaking down the UFC 273 card. I hope it's a nice one. I hope y'all stay blessed, stay safe. And until next time, let's keep it real.
So sweet, got your girl and she's so sweet, but you won't know because she don't tweet. Damn, sleep.
Man, I'm not even gonna end it on that. I just can't let y'all watch a goddamn Wydoe video from more than 5 years ago. Like I've been bullshitting, not making no new music. Okay, I apologize. I'm getting new. I'm figuring out what I can play. Okay, I can play that. I mean, hold on. Who the fuck was that? I know who's in the black. It's me. Who the fuck is in the orange shirt? Who the fuck jumped with Wydoe right there? Who the fuck? One more time. So, once more. All right, stop. That's my brother Dom. Shout out to Dom. I apologize for not recognizing you so much sooner. I just forgot that you would ever jump with me like that, my brother. On the official Wydoe Podcast, episode 5. You got your ass dunked on. I still love you, and you look great today, man. You don't look like that, and you definitely wouldn't jump with me today. So let's keep it moving, baby. On to the fights. Wydoe out.